All right, so now that we've got the um, we started this side profile sketch. We're going to continue on. Um, this is kind of where the truck is going to live, and then the tail is going to be up here, and there's going to be some little curved section in between here. So the next thing I want to do is draw another line. We're still in this sketch, right? So we're still editing. See down here, this is our history. We're still editing the sketch area. If for some reason you got closed out of it, it will look probably like this, but you don't see, you're not able to draw anything. So we can double click on this down here to start editing it again. You see your sketch palette show up. Okay, so next from here, I want to draw a construction line, which is going to be just a dashed line right along here, 3 inches long. And that's going to help us, it's used for reference points, but it's not going to be actually part of the geometry of the board itself, I guess, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to hit L on my keyboard. You can also get it from here to get a line going. And then to change it to a construction line, I'm just going to click over here to the line type, click there, construction, it gets highlighted. So I'm going to hover over here to make sure it gets stuck to that dot, click and let go, drag it over, and then I'm going to, while it's still active, I'm going to type in 3, I'm going to hit enter. There we go. So now it's 3 inches long, and I believe this here is a parallel icon, which means if I click on it, right, parallel constraint, this line is parallel to this one. Since this one's horizontal, then this one continues to be horizontal. So that's just great. Okay, so next I'm going to get another line. I'm going to make it a regular line, and I'm going to go up at some random angle here, and then we'll define what that angle is, and that's going to be where our tail picks up, and then eventually we're going to draw a curve between the two. Okay, so I'm going to type L on the keyboard again. Right now the construction constraint is still active, so I'm going to click here to let go of it. So now it'll be a regular line. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of arbitrarily out here click and draw a line, and I don't have a length for that like at the angle, so I'm just going to double click to end this line. Double click, and there we have our line sitting out there. And now I want to do a couple things with this line. I want to make I want to put this dot directly over this dot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this there's a vertical constraint here somewhere, coincident, horizontal and vertical. So I'm going to click on that constraint. So this is like applying a rule to it, and then I'm going to click on the bottom dot, and then I'm going to click on the top dot, and you see it snaps it over the top. I'm going to hit my escape key to let go of that constraint. And now you can drag the line up and down, but you can't drag it left and right because this one is defined in space, and then this one is being told to be directly over it. So that's good. All right, so now I'm going to add some dimensions here. So I'm going to hit the D key to get my dimensions going, D, and you see the little icon next to the arrow. Looks like that's the dimension constraint. I want to make the horizontal length of this tail 8 inches, so I'm going to click on that dot, and depending on where I move my, oops, didn't grab the first one. Depending on where I move my mouse around, it either snaps to a vertical dimension, kind of along the line dimension, or if I move my mouse up, it goes to a horizontal one, and I want the horizontal one there, so I'm going to click there, and I'm going to type in 8, because I want it 8 inches long. I'll zoom out so I can see it all. I want to put an angle constraint between the horizontal portion and here. So I'm going to click on this line, let go, click on this line, and you'll see it looks like it's trying to dimension that line, but then I'll come over here, click and let go there, and then move it into the kind of the mouth of the angle. Click to set it down, and I'm going to make that 19 degrees, just what I happen to be on a skateboard I have at home. Okay. And then I want to bring this down closer to here, and I'm going to make that 3/16 of an inch. So I still have my dimension tool active. If I didn't, I could type the D key again. And I'm going to click on that dot, click on that dot, and then click out here to set that down. And I'm going to type in 3/16 for 3/16 of an inch. And then you see that that dimension, it actually pulled that line down to where it's supposed to be, and it's not blue or black. Yeah, it's not blue anymore. It's black now because it's fully defined. So there's no way that line could exist anywhere else with all these dimensions set to it. And then you can see that it converted that fraction to a decimal, and since I moved it to 4 decimals, we can see it's 0.1875. Okay, so that's it for this video. We'll come back with the curve in the next one.